But at the same time, there's opportunity here and there's lessons. Africa needs to learn how to become more resilient in the face of these challenges. I think Ghana's own ambition for self-reliance is a model that we all need to look at. And in the aftermath of the pandemic, and again, let's quote the president, we must never be caught with our pants down again. And so these are some of the lessons that I think are coming home to us, and therefore the opportunities that we must see. Certainly the General Assembly has reaffirmed its commitment to non-aggression, to the sovereignty and rights of nations. And of course, in those difficult circumstances, war is continuing. But I think the UN has played a very pivotal role in trying to unblock supply chains and make sure that grain, fertilizer is able to reach the right places, and look at how to support the whole crisis around energy as well. We have COP27 coming up, where there is quite a lot of demand to ensure that the 100 billion pledge from Glasgow is met, because that is the basis upon which countries who are on the brink of breakthrough, Ghana being one, can actually make the investments that are necessary to actually drive themselves into middle-income status and help the globe to achieve net zero.
We'll talk about some of these partnerships shortly, but I still just want to dwell on that document. I guess it's titled The Impact of the War in Ukraine on Sustainable Development in Africa. That's the UNDP document I'm talking about. There's another fear that Africa may still go through the quote-unquote dependency cycle. It's part of the criticisms that have faced the United Nations over the year. The fact that you've not been able to breach the North-South divide. How do you respond to such critics?
So I think that the Secretary General and the UN has called for a number of systemic level responses. One is the need to really reform the global financial architecture that we work within. As we speak, we're already predicting that next year will bring a debt crisis that has arisen from some of the impacts of COVID-19, and certainly the kind of growth that we expected on the continent has not happened. Sluggish recovery from COVID-19, impacts of the Russia-Ukraine war means that many countries are going to face debt defaults unless we review and come up with different ways of looking at how to finance the globe more fairly. We know, for instance, that when the SDRs were distributed, Africa got the least. And actually the question is, why are the countries who need this most not able to get it? Certainly the Secretary General is behind a call for a fairer financial system.